Hey,
Hi.
how you doing? We
Good.
finally
How are
meet.
you? Nice to meet you too.
Awesome, awesome. Well, we're gonna shame Carolina for a second because I just found out she's in Maryland right now.
Oh yeah. Yeah. She said she was
Um,
leaving.
Unbelievable. Let's shame her. Shame,
Right?
shame,
Right.
Carolina.
Same.
But anyway, so Daniela, thank you so much for joining us. We're
Yeah,
obviously going to repost this on our IGTV.
for sure.
So where are you right now? Looks like you're outside too. I decided to hop on my
Yeah.
front porch.
Same. I'm literally of the same. Sitting here with my daughter.
Right. Hi, daughter. Yeah, it was man, it was like a hurricane yesterday. Like,
I
did you
know.
see
And then
that weather?
and then now look at today. Not a
I
cloud in the
know
sky.
it's gorgeous. It's nice. It feels like low 70s.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
this is nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, so thank you again for joining us. I know you're our second person from the Give Back the Miami Give Back,
Yeah.
and so I guess you can kind of introduce who you are,
Okay.
and what kind of what the Miami Give Back is, and what motivated you to start that organization.
Okay, so I'm Daniella. I am a hairstylist now for about 10 years here in South Florida. And I just one day went on Instagram and wanted to give back to the community. In the past, I have worked in different events and have done like breast cancer awareness haircuts, another peanut butter and jelly project, which is another nonprofit out in Fort Lauderdale for the homeless. I
Mm-hmm.
did haircuts for them, and years ago, and I'm like, So I posted on Instagram on my beauty page, Beauty by Daniela, and I said I want to do something for the homeless. Is anybody interested in helping? And to my surprise, I actually got a lot of feedback. People were like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll donate food. How are you gonna cut the hair?" And I was like, "Well, one time." Had a plug that ran from the car that you could, like a car charger, and you could plug in external power, like an extension cord,
Mm-hmm.
whatever. So I'm like,
Yeah, yeah.
I guess we could do it like that, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
like, that's kind of basically what happened. So a group of us got together, we got some clothes together, and we just went down to Miami. My mom lives in downtown Miami, so I
Mm-hmm.
would frequently see all these homeless people, and I would just be like, dang, how can I help? Like, I don't know, it's just, me and my boyfriend, Alex, who's
Mm-hmm.
actually who you interviewed before,
Mm-hmm.
like, how can we help? We're hairstylists and we're barbers, but so, I don't know, I go, let's go. So we went down there and they said, oh, what are you guys giving out? I said, actually, we're going to do haircuts. And they were like, really? And I was like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So they were like really shocked and really excited. And, so yeah, we just popped out a table and some chairs, and we ran the power from my car and from our friend's car, and we just cut like maybe like 50 people's hair, and like afterwards, it was just like, whoa, like. And then they're like, "When are you
Mm-hmm.
coming back?" I was like, "Oh, like I only thought it would be like a
Right.
one-time thing, I didn't think to make it a continuous thing." And they asked when we were coming back, so we just all looked at each other. We're like, "Yeah, we can commit." So we went back the next month, and then we kind of kept promoting it, and then we created an Instagram account, and then from the
Mm-hmm.
Instagram account, that was able to outreach and outsource to other groups and other people that also wanted to give back but maybe didn't really know how to do it. So then we're like, all right, well, this is where we're going to meet. This is what we're doing. If you want to bring clothes, you can. If you want to bring food, you can. Like, let's just wing it and see what happens. And from that, it grew and grew, and more people became involved, and different
Mm-hmm.
players to the team got added. Now we have a team of 4 altogether. Um, 3 barbers and stylists, including myself, and then a marketing guy, social media guy who was like, yeah, I can make all the flyers. I know how to build websites. So we're like, okay, so everybody did their part. And then just
Wow.
recently we added another food person. She's amazing. Her name is Sue, and she offers to cook all the food for all the homeless, which is amazing. We're talking, on over 100 meals. And she, cooks meat and veggies and macaroni and cookies. And We actually
Okay.
went recently. We
Nice.
went. I'll jump a little ahead. We fed them just last week because obviously we can't cut hair with the COVID-19 happening.
Mm-hmm.
But we said, oh, we're gonna come over and we'll help you package the food. What? That is a hard job. So hats
Yeah,
off
it's
to
no
people that
joke.
cook for the homeless and prepackage
Mm-hmm.
food. Carolina also, like, that's a
Mm-hmm.
hard job. You think, oh, it's not that big of a deal, but then when you have to package 150 meals, it becomes a little more tedious. So yeah, I mean, it became something that I didn't expect, and now it has become like almost like if you could picture a farmer's market for the homeless, that's kind of what it
Mm-hmm.
turns out to be, which is really cool. We set up tables with the clothes that we organized. We have so many clothes donations. I literally have like a storage unit now with so many donations. So thank you to everybody
Mm-hmm.
that has donated.
Awesome.
And we just set up tables. We organized the sizes. We even kind of like hire some of the homeless to help, like organize. Like, here, I'll give you an extra food bag if you kind of organize the sizes. Like implicate jobs and give them purpose for a few hours. Give them a Miami Give Back shirt and make them feel part of the team, and they
Mm-hmm.
like it. And they feel like they're a part of something. Plus, now we've become familiar faces. We've almost been doing this for a year, every
Mm-hmm.
single month. So they recognize my car. They recognize us. They already know what we're there to do, which is really cool. And even now, recently that we've been feeding, they're like, "Oh my God, you're not cutting the hair." We're like, "No, we can't. We can't cut the hair, for social distancing. But we'll be there as soon as we
Mm-hmm.
can." And just recently, actually, we hadn't really gone down to Wynwood too much. We were
Mm-hmm.
staying on Second Ave in downtown near the wharf.
Mm-hmm.
And we went over to Wynwood, Alex and I, and the guy was like, "Thank you so much for coming. Like, you guys are the first group to come and feed us." And we're like, "Whoa." So
Wow.
when the pandemic is over, we're going to start focusing on different areas. Not that we're going to neglect Second Avenue, because that was, now, like I said, they count on us, but maybe implicate
Mm-hmm.
different actions of different days for different areas, because obviously there's more than one group of homeless, and if our purpose is to help them all, we can't just focus on one group.
Mm-hmm.
So that's honestly what I can take from the pandemic happening, and then us still being out there and being helpful. Um, and in comparison, like the homeless in Wynwood are more like dirty and hungry and
Mm-hmm.
almost like forgotten, in the sense of where
Right.
Second Ave is more populated and people see them more, so they're more often to stop and give the food and give the clothes. So it's just interesting to learn about all this and how they have different crews. Like one day we're out there and she said, "Oh, we're the Second Street crew, and then there's the Bayside crew, and then there's this crew."
Mm-hmm.
And it's just really sad how many homeless there really is. And
Yeah.
my boyfriend Alex, he cut this kid's hair one time who had to be about 17, homeless. Or maybe we just thought, less fortunate at that time, a couple months back. And 2 weeks ago, we saw him out in Wynwood still. And we are just like, wow.
Wow.
But yeah, it's really sad. It's hard. It's sad. I definitely cry every time because, like I said, I'm a hairstylist and I'm a young parent. And, it's hard, especially now with the pandemic. We haven't been working, but I still have so many things to be grateful for and that I'm blessed.
Mm-hmm.
And even now during the pandemic, even more, you're stressed out, your bills are due, whatever, but then you still go and you go out there and you see, you're like, we're good. People got it much worse.
Yeah, yeah, for real. It's funny because like it really resonates with me. Because I mean downtown is kind of like my stomping grounds. I go to a church over there, Christ Fellowship in downtown.
Oh,
We're off
okay.
of yeah, Second Avenue. It's like just off of like North Miami and 8th, or like
Right.
between 5th and 6th. There we go. But yeah, we have like that homeless community around there too. And we would go around. We used to have like a clothing closet out of there, and whenever it got cold, we would like pass out blankets too.
Sure. Oh, yeah.
Um, but yeah, I mean, the homeless population over there, and especially now with all that construction down there, with like that New World City Center or
Oh,
whatever
yeah.
that they're building and everything, like, what happens to them
Right.
kind of
Where they
thing.
go.
I've done work with Chapman.
Sure.
Chapman Partnership
Right.
and stuff like that. And it's like it's definitely it's easy for them to be forgotten. Like when all this pandemic stuff happened, um, it was like I think it even crossed my mind. I'm like, man, what happens to them?
Yeah. We're
Everybody is like everybody stay home. I'm like, well, they don't got a home. Where are they gonna
yeah.
go?
Right. Exactly.
And so, and then when I think of, I think of the homeless population, and I also think of my kids, at his house because like a lot of them, end up aging out of the system, and they either, end up back to where they came from, in jail or homeless, and
Yeah.
like that's easily like the future that that could easily be any one of them.
Sure.
And, when people take time, even in the midst of like this uncertainty and this scariness kind of thing, that people take time to like not allow, hey, Alex. Um,
Get back.
I was gonna say, I'm like, he's like your biggest fan down here in the comments. I'm like, where is he? He should be there. But yeah, just well, I let this truck pass. Bye, FedEx. Um, but yeah, when, thinking about them and how, that could easily be their future, but the fact that people would, step outside of that fear, not letting that fear kind of dictate, yes, be cautious, yes, use your common sense,
Yeah.
but not allowing that to keep you from being human and reaching out and helping the less fortunate. There are people out there who really need help. So the folks who are, doing what you guys do, doing, from haircuts to packaged meals, that's incredible. Like you guys are like really, along with the frontline workers and whatnot, you guys are superheroes to me. So like, thank you so much for doing that.
Thanks.
So in the yeah, I guess you kind of answered it. Like, I guess, you shared a bit about how with COVID and everything, you had to adjust a little bit
Oh yeah.
to, to the situation. You can't cut hair, but now you're providing meals.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that you're doing, or any other ideas that you're kind of considering?
Yeah, so actually, currently in the moment, we had a partnership with Natura Essentials, which is a local business down here in Miami. They have CBD products, natural products for skin. So we teamed up with them. We are going to actually be providing sanitizers, thanks to them,
Awesome.
to multiple homeless shelters around Miami within the next few weeks, which is really
Awesome.
exciting. Like Camilla's house, his house,
Yeah,
so we're really excited about that. So that's
that's
amazing.
awesome.
That was a blessing. She reached out to us and we were able to team up and get that done. And we're still planning on going to feed them some more. I think we're going to try to tie that in more, more often, including the haircuts, instead of just feeding them when we cut their hair too. I think we're going to try to do maybe a second feeding without haircuts moving forward once the pandemic is over. And then maybe just honestly trying to work on getting them some of the protection equipment as well. Not all of them have masks and gloves or sanitizer. The people that live in the shelters get it, but what about the ones on the street, that don't?
Yep.
So, I was also thinking about next time I go to, dollar store, or if anybody else goes to the dollar store, you pick up extra hand sanitizers and just make small ones, and we can pass those out through the bigger bottles too. That was another idea I was thinking as well, moving forward.
Miami, get back, Miami, get back.
That's awesome. Like, maybe get back. Like, okay, DJ Laz.
I know, right?
Cool,
DJ also.
cool. Okay, well, to kind of close. Well, okay, to close out, I'll give you a funny question, and then you can tell us how to like follow you and keep, keep track with everything. Any binge watching have you done? Like, what if there's a binge watch show? What have you been binge watching recently? Highly recommend. What are you suggesting?
Oh, okay, well, I think we can all say Tiger King.
Oh, Tiger King. Yo,
Tiger King,
people
no, but
crazy.
more seriously, the one that Alex and I have really, really been binge watching is The Money Heist. Money
The
Heist
Money
is
Heist.
really
Okay.
awesome. I guess it was made in Portuguese and then they transferred it
Mm-hmm.
over to English. Really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This is not a series, but a movie on Hulu, Parasite?
Never. It would probably
Girl.
scare me, right?
Well, well, wait. It's not what it sounds like. It's more of a thriller. So it's
Okay.
not like scary, like slash gore kind of thing. It's a thriller. But
Okay.
there's a reason why that movie won Best Picture. I highly
Okay. I'm
recommend
gonna
it.
check it out.
Watch it. Money Heist,
Yeah,
Alexa.
Money Heist is
All
good.
right.
Also, I'll say Ozarks is really good as
Ozark. I
well.
heard that Ozark was really good too.
And if you're a parent,
Mm.
Working Moms is really funny.
Working Moms. Okay.
Working
Okay.
Moms
Okay.
is worth the watch. Yeah, you can relate a lot. I mean, regardless, it's funny. But if you're a parent, you can relate a lot. There's a different scenarios. That one's easy.
Yeah. And okay, and last one because you said it. Did Carol Baskin do it?
100%.
You're like, yeah, that woman killed her husband.
Killed her
She knows.
husband, whacked him.
She's like, she whacked him. Yeah, she knows. She knows. Yep, Carol Baskin. Anyway, well, thank you so much, Daniela. Share with us one more time. Share with us one more time how we can
So
how we
silly.
can keep track with you, follow what's going on with the organization. Just give us all your info.
Okay, so
Miami Give Back.
the Miami Give Back.
Also fresh.
He just
That's
had
right.
to steal
That's
some
right.
clout.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, that's right. He's
Okay.
like, I'm not gonna be pushed over. I'm gonna be in this.
All right, so Beauty by Daniela _ please. Beauty, all your beauty needs in Miami and Broward. Also, this is Kai. Say hi, Kai. You can follow her on
Yay.
TikTok. She's TikTok famous.
Oh man, TikTok famous. I gotta follow you. All right, we're gonna follow you.
Thank you
All
so
right.
much.
Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. Stay
Wait a
safe,
minute.
stay healthy,
You gotta
and
follow
keep
Oh
doing
So
all.
Fresh.
Oh
Of
yeah,
course.
and follow Also Fresh.
Vice
Can't
President.
forget him.
The Miami
Vice
Give Back.
President. That's right. That's
Carol
right.
Baskin killed her husband.
That's right. If you got nothing else
Free
out
Joe
of this.
Exotic.
That's right. Free Joe Exotic. Oh my God, I'm dead.
Hey, we
Anyway,
the
love
Miami
you
Give Back,
guys.
Miami, we love you.
Thank you.
Love you guys. Take it easy,
Bye.
okay?
All right,
Bye.
take care.